Have you ever found yourself constantly seeking validation and attention from others, to the point where it feels like you're being needy? If so, you're not alone. Being a bit clingy or needy is a common human behavior, but it can become a problem if it starts to impact your relationships or your own sense of self-worth. Here are 13 simple yet effective strategies you can take to break free from this pattern and start feeling more confident and self-assured. So, let's dive in and start learning how to stop being needy together. 1. Don't chase people. Chasing after people can actually fuel feelings of neediness and dependence. When we constantly seek out attention or validation from others, it can make them feel like they're being pursued and put a lot of pressure on the relationship. Instead of focusing on trying to win someone over or make them like us, it's important to cultivate a sense of inner security and self-worth. This means learning to be comfortable in our own skin and being okay with being alone. By focusing on our own personal growth and happiness, we can become more attractive to others and build relationships that are based on mutual respect and trust. Remember, it's important to value yourself and prioritize your own needs, rather than constantly seeking approval from others. 2. Be happy for other people's successes. Being happy for other people's successes can actually help you stop being needy. When you genuinely feel joy and excitement for someone else's accomplishments, it can shift your focus away from your own insecurities and needs. Instead of constantly thinking about what you don't have, you begin to appreciate what others have achieved and see it as a source of inspiration and motivation for your own growth. Plus, being happy for others can help you build stronger relationships and connections with those around you. When you show genuine support and celebrate with others, they're more likely to do the same for you. It's a positive cycle of giving and receiving that can make you feel more fulfilled and content. So next time you hear about someone else's success, take a moment to celebrate with them and feel good about their achievements. It might just help you feel less needy and more satisfied with your own life. 3. Be upfront and honest about your feelings and needs. Being upfront and honest about your feelings and needs can be an important step in overcoming feelings of neediness and dependence. While it can be tempting to hide our true feelings and desires in order to avoid conflict or rejection, bottling up our emotions can create a sense of desperation and neediness that can be off-putting. By learning to communicate assertively and honestly with others, we can develop more positive and fulfilling relationships based on mutual trust and understanding. This can also help us to establish healthier boundaries and a stronger sense of self-respect and autonomy. Remember, it's okay to express your feelings and needs, and to ask for what you want in a relationship. By doing so, you can build stronger and more authentic connections with others, and create a sense of mutual respect and trust that is essential for any healthy and fulfilling relationship. 4. Know that you are enough, just as you are. While it's natural to seek connection and validation from others, constantly seeking external sources of validation can create a sense of neediness and dependence that can be off-putting. By recognizing and embracing our own worth and value, we can develop a sense of self-confidence and self-sufficiency that is attractive to others. This can also help us to establish more positive and fulfilling relationships with others, based on mutual respect and appreciation. Remember, you are worthy and valuable, and you have unique strengths and qualities to offer to the world. By embracing and celebrating these qualities, you can build a deeper sense of self-esteem and resilience, and attract more positive and fulfilling relationships into your life. 5. Understand that you can't change others, only yourself. While it can be tempting to try to control or manipulate others in order to meet our own needs, this approach is ultimately futile and can create a sense of neediness and dependence. Instead, by focusing on our own thoughts and behaviors, we can cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness and personal growth that can lead to more positive and fulfilling relationships with others. Remember, we can only control our own actions and reactions, and it's up to us to take responsibility for our own thoughts and emotions. By practicing self-reflection and self-improvement, we can develop a greater sense of self-confidence and self-reliance, and attract more positive and fulfilling relationships into our lives. 6. Sometimes people are just not that into you, and that's okay. It can be tough to accept, but sometimes people simply aren't that into us, and that's okay. It's important to remember that everyone has their own preferences and tastes when it comes to relationships, and it's not a reflection of our own worth or value as a person if someone isn't interested. Rather than fixating on winning someone over or trying to change their feelings towards us, it's important to focus on finding people who appreciate and value us for who we are. By cultivating a sense of self-love and acceptance, we can attract relationships that are based on mutual respect and genuine connection. Remember, it's important to stay true to ourselves and not compromise our own values or beliefs in order to please others. 7. Stop doing things for other people to get approval and acceptance. It's natural to want to please others and gain their approval and acceptance, but it's important to recognize when we're doing things solely to get validation from others. When we constantly seek approval or acceptance from others, it can fuel feelings of neediness and dependence, and may cause us to compromise our own values and beliefs. Instead of focusing on what others want or expect from us, it's important to prioritize our own needs and desires. By staying true to ourselves and doing things that genuinely make us happy, we can attract relationships that are based on mutual respect and authenticity. Remember, it's okay to say no and set boundaries when necessary, and to surround ourselves with people who appreciate and support us for who we are. 8. Spend more time with friends who don't pull away when they feel overburdened by neediness. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and understanding friends can be an effective way to combat feelings of neediness and dependence. When we spend time with friends who don't pull away or judge us when we express our vulnerabilities, we feel more comfortable being ourselves and can build more meaningful relationships. It's important to seek out friends who offer a sense of balance, and who are willing to both give and receive emotional support. By prioritizing these types of relationships, we can learn to be more independent and self-sufficient, while still enjoying the benefits of close connections with others. Remember, it's okay to lean on others for support, but it's also important to work on building our own sense of inner strength and resilience. 9. Take a break from social media. In today's digital age, social media can be a breeding ground for feelings of neediness and comparison. It's all too easy to become fixated on the lives of others and seek validation from likes, comments, and followers. Taking a break from social media can be an effective way to break free from these patterns and focus on our own sense of self-worth. By unplugging from the constant stream of information and comparison, we can reconnect with our own values and priorities, and focus on building our own sense of fulfillment and happiness. This can also give us the space and time to cultivate deeper connections with friends and loved ones, and find more meaningful ways to connect with others. Remember, social media can be a powerful tool for connection and self-expression, but it's important to use it mindfully and in a way that supports our own well-being. 10. Find out if you have low self-esteem. Figuring out if you have low self-esteem can actually help you stop being needy. Low self-esteem can cause us to feel like we're not good enough or that we need others to validate our worth. This can lead to needy behavior and seeking constant approval from others. However, if you recognize that you may have low self-esteem, you can take steps to improve your self-worth and become less needy. Start by being kinder to yourself and focusing on your strengths and accomplishments. Practice positive self-talk and remind yourself of your worthiness. You can also work on setting boundaries and learning to trust yourself, so you don't feel like you need others to make decisions for you. It can be a journey, but by recognizing and addressing low self-esteem, you can become more confident and independent, which can help you stop being so needy in your relationships. So take some time to reflect and be honest with yourself about how you feel. It can be the first step towards a happier, more fulfilling life. 11. Practice making friends and being friendly. Practicing making friends and being friendly can be a great way to combat feelings of neediness and dependence. When we make an effort to connect with others and build positive relationships, we feel more fulfilled and supported. This can also help us to develop a sense of self-worth that isn't dependent on any one person or relationship. It's important to remember that making friends is a process, and that it's okay if not every connection we make turns into a deep, meaningful relationship. By being open and approachable, we can attract new friendships and create a positive social network. Remember, the more we practice being friendly and building connections, the more natural it will become, and the more confident and independent we'll feel. 12. Don't be too pushy or demand attention all the time. It's important to be mindful of how we're coming across to others, and to avoid being too pushy or demanding in our interactions. When we constantly seek attention or validation from others, it can create a sense of neediness and dependence that can be off-putting. Instead, it's important to practice being more patient and respectful of others' boundaries and needs. This doesn't mean we shouldn't express our own desires and feelings, but rather that we should do so in a way that is considerate and empathetic. By being mindful of our own behavior and how it affects others, we can create more positive and fulfilling relationships with those around us. Remember, everyone has their own needs and priorities, and it's important to respect and honor those in order to build healthy and sustainable relationships. 13. Accept compliments and don't be too needy for praise or appreciation. Learning to accept compliments graciously and not being too needy for praise or appreciation can help us to build more self-confidence and self-worth. While it's natural to crave validation from others, constantly seeking praise can create a sense of neediness and dependence that can be off-putting to those around us. By learning to recognize and appreciate our own strengths and accomplishments, we can build a more solid foundation of self-worth that isn't dependent on external validation. This can also make it easier for us to accept praise and compliments from others, without feeling like we constantly need more. Remember, it's important to value and appreciate ourselves, and to celebrate our own successes and achievements, even if others don't always recognize them. By focusing on building our own sense of self-worth, we can attract more positive and fulfilling relationships with others. That's it. We've explored 15 strategies that you can practice today to stop being needy and building stronger, healthier relationships. Remember, it's okay to ask for support and attention from others, but it's important to also cultivate a sense of self-worth and independence. By practicing self-care, setting boundaries, and communicating your needs clearly, you can start to feel more confident and fulfilled in your relationships. If you have any additional tips or stories to share about your own journey to overcoming neediness, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. I hope this video has been helpful. Don't forget to like, share, then subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.